those of you who are familiar with my first book, Still Alice, it was originally self-published. I had a really hard time finding a publisher to publish that book. And so I was selling it out of the trunk of my car for about 10 months. And close to the end of that 10-month period, it got a great review in the Boston Sunday Globe by Beverly Beckham. And a local author, Julia Fox Garrison, wrote into Beverly Beckham after that article came out, thanking her for portraying a self-published author in such a positive light. Because Julia had originally self-published her book called Don't Leave Me This Way, and it then went on to get a major book deal. So Beverly said, Lisa, you might want to talk to Julia because she did exactly what you're trying to accomplish. So I got in touch with Julia and we talked for a while, and she said, you know what, I haven't read your book, but I trust my instincts. I'm going to introduce you to my agent. And her agent became my agent. And so after I signed with my agent, it quickly went to auction and it sold to Simon & Schuster. And I called Julia to thank her for so generously changing my life. And we're chatting a bit on the phone, and she says, so, is this it? Is Still Alice it, or do you want to write something else? Do you have plans for more books? And I said, yeah, I want to write a story about someone with this condition called left neglect. There's a big pause on the phone, and she said, Lisa, I have left neglect. So we both start screaming and think, oh my God, what an amazing coincidence. And then we both say, well, we don't believe in coincidences. We were brought together for a reason. So Julia has been an angel to me, getting Still Alice to all of you, and then a good friend. So this one's quick. She is in the hospital before she even goes to the rehabilitation hospital. So this is just after her accident. Today's lunch is chicken, rice, and apple juice. The chicken needs salt, the rice needs soy sauce, and the apple juice could use a generous shot of vodka. But I apparently have high blood pressure and I'm not allowed any salt or alcohol. I eat and drink every bland thing they bring me. I need to get my strength back. I'm moving to the rehab hospital tomorrow, and from what I hear, it's going to be a lot of work. I can't wait. As much as I like Dr. Kwan, this guinea pig wants out of her cage forever. Dr. Kwan comes in to check on me before his rounds. How was your lunch, he asks. Good. Did you use the knife to cut your chicken? No, I used the side of the fork. Click. He writes down this fascinating piece of data. Did you eat everything? Uh-huh. Are you full? I shrug. I'm not, but I don't want seconds. What if I told you there was a chocolate bar on your plate? He asks, smiling. I've got to hand it to him for trying. Chocolate is definitely the right bait to use with me. But I don't need an incentive. I'm highly motivated. It's not that I'm not trying to see what he sees. I don't see it. Maybe I can feel it. I wipe the clean white plate with the palm of my hand. There's nothing there. Not one kernel of rice, not one morsel of chocolate. Try turning your head to the left, he says. I stare at the plate. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to get to where you're asking me to go. It's not a place I can turn to or look at. It's like if you told me to turn and look at the middle of my back. I believe the middle of my back exists, but I have no idea how to see it. He writes this down and nods while he writes. Intellectually, I understand that there's a left side of the plate, but it's not part of my reality. I can't look at the left side of the plate because it's not there. There is no left side. I feel like I'm looking at the whole plate. I don't know, it's frustrating, I can't describe it. I think you just did. But is there really chocolate there? Yep, the kind Bob brought yesterday. Lake Champlain, the best. Without understanding how this might work, I grab the top of the plate and rotate it to the bottom. Ta-da! Almond butter crunch. Bob's the best. That's cheating, says Dr. Kwan. Totally fair, I say, chewing a sublime mouthful. Okay, but answer this. Where did that chocolate come from? I know he wants me to say the left, but there is no left. Heaven. Sarah, think about it. It came from the left side of the plate, which is now on the right, and the right, which you just saw so you know it exists, is now on the left. He might as well have just said something about pi times the square root of infinity. I don't care where the right side of the plate went. I'm eating my favorite chocolate, and I'm moving to rehab tomorrow. She's at the rehab hospital now. And I based the rehab hospital loosely on Spalding in Boston, so you'll recognize, if any of you know where that is, it sits opposite the prison, so there's a mention of the prison here. It's early in the morning, before breakfast, before any of the therapists have started working on me, probably even before the kids have gotten dressed at home. and Bob is here. Can you see me now? Asked Bob. I see the prison, the window, the visitor's chair, the TV. No, I said. Turn your head. I turn my head, I see the prison. No, the other way, says Bob. There is no other way. Yes, there is. Turn your head to the left. I'm standing over here. I close my eyes and imagine Bob standing. In my mind's eye, he's wearing a black long-sleeve crew-neck tee and jeans, even though he never wears jeans to work. He's got his arms folded and he hasn't shaved. I open my eyes and turn my head. I see the prison. I can't, I say. Yes, you can. It's simple. It's not. I don't understand why you can't just turn your head. I did. To the left. There is no left. I hear him sigh in frustration. Honey, tell me everything you see in here, I say. You, the bed, the window, the chair, the table, the cards, the picture of me and the kids, the bathroom, the door, the television. Is that everything? I ask. Pretty much. Okay, now what if I told you that everything you see is only half of everything that's really here? What if I told you to turn your head and look at the other half? Where would you look? He doesn't say anything. I wait. I imagine Bob standing in his t-shirt and jeans, searching. I don't know, he says.